Good morning. This is Graham Norris here, and it's August the 20th, 2024. Today, I want to go through the things that we look for in large multifamilies and with a very brief explanation of why we've chosen each of these elements when we look for a large multifamily property. When we're dealing with large multifamilies, the whole goal of the exercise is obviously to make money. So we reduce the risk. There's a large amount of money being invested in these projects. So of course we want a good outcome. So the choices that we make in what we actually buy is with that in mind. So what we like to see generally is a good value add. So that's clear. So the main thing that we look for is a C class multi-family building in a B location. So the B location is a desirable neighborhood. Is where there's good schools and where young families or families that maybe are struggling a little bit financially are looking for affordable housing in that location. The C class is where there's maybe some little signs of distress in the building, and maybe it's been owned for decades, and there's a lot that could be done to improve the building, but it's not falling apart. We're not into redevelopment, so the occupancy, we don't want it any lower than 70%. We want a reasonable reputation on the assets. And maybe it's just that they've been doing a lot of management themselves and have struggled to keep that up. Maybe in the landscaping, keeping everything neat and tidy. Maybe a lot of the units need updating, but they're not in terrible disrepair. So, for example, on the renovating the units, we won't really want to spend more than $10,000 a door to bring them up to market rents. So what we like is new paint, new flooring, an update maybe in the bathrooms or the kitchens, not a whole lot. Now, when it comes to the outside, we like to see a good roof, good infrastructure like the plumbing, good electrical, all those sorts of things, because they could be major expenses, which we're not looking for. The other thing that we like to see is a cap rate at or above the market rate. And if we did conventional borrowing on the asset, then we'd want a DSCR of 1.4 or better. So those are our numbers. The occupancy can be anywhere from 70 to 85%. We do like vacancies. That gives us scope to get each of the units up to move-in ready and can charge the full market rent. So that will give us a little bit of boost in the stabilization stage. So we like to see that. Another thing that we look for is reducing an ability to reduce the expenses. So if there's not a RUBS system, a RUB system in place, we might introduce that. If there's separate meters for each unit, then we might get the the tenants to obviously pay their own utilities there. Number of other things might be for value add might be reserved parking, parking in front of the unit, maybe a little bit of money there. Maybe covered parking is popular to add in if it's not there. Coin laundry, looking at optimizing that, bringing it into modern with the technology, bringing it up to date, especially in ways of with apps and ways of making payments. Coin laundry should always be an option as well. People sometimes don't have the phones or what have you, so it's important that they can do the laundry with coins. So we would add that in. Some valet services possibly can be introduced, like valet trash. People like to just leave the trash outside the unit, and we can have one of the staff, as it were, picking that up, put it in the dumpster. People will pay a little bit of money on the top of the rent for that service. So we look at all those kind of things. Storage is another good one. If there's no storage, we might be able to provide that in our plans. So those are some of the things that we look for. Yeah, we look for one of the things we look for actually is how to acquire the building and the financing, how that's structured. We are very open to the idea of creative financing as well. When it comes to if the seller still wants the income, we can ask them to be the bank on part of the project. They can be still included in this. So those are some of the things we look for in large multifamily. If you have any questions about that, feel free to book a call with me on my Calendly link or put a comment below. I'll be able to do another video for you, and we'll go from there. Meanwhile, you have a great day.